Hey everybody, welcome. It's Coach MJ over at TriRight Coaching with tonight's episode, which is 5 things that elite athletes don't do. So we're all looking to try and be the most successful version of us, the best athlete that we can be. But some of us kind of fall short on some of the marks on what we need to be doing, and we do things that we shouldn't be doing that we can get so that we can get the best out of ourselves. Thank you. Hey Candace, hey Lara, hey Jackie, hey Susie, hi Lisa. Thank you guys so much for hopping in. Hey Nora, I have missed all you guys. I missed you guys last week. Hey Jason, hey Katie, welcome you guys. Thank you so much for hopping in. This is a big one because sometimes, hey Alyssa, sometimes if we don't know how to get the result that we want, sometimes you have to know what you're not supposed to do, and maybe that sometimes is the easier path to get to your goal. And so that's what we're going to talk about tonight. Hey Lara, welcome. All right, so very first thing is to not chase too many goals at once. Oh, guys, put a 1 in the comments if you're guilty of that. Hey Mark, put a 1 in the comments if you're guilty of chasing too many goals at once. Let me give you some examples. I want to be really good at my 5K, my half Ironman, my Ironman, and my open water swim all in the same year. Right? Right? I'm just saying, if you are guilty of chasing too many goals at once, we all want to be good, right? But think about how the elite athletes do. Your elite Ironman athletes, those aren't the Olympic athletes, right? That's Olympic distance, right? So a 0.9 swim, a 24-mile bike, and then a 10K. Your Ironman champions are not in the Olympics. Doesn't work that way. You train 2 different ways. But so many of us want to be good at every single thing we do, and every single distance, and every single discipline, all at the same time. Hey, George. So here's what this week's bonus is. Can someone type this in? TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. Here's what this week's bonus is. It's a roadmap on how you should go about setting your goals. And let me tell you guys, yes, I created it. Yes, I was guilty of doing the same thing. I wanted to be good at everything all at the same time. And then I realized that wasn't working. All that made me was mediocre at all of it. That's all it did, was made me just average at all of it. And then once I decided, okay, well, let's just do one thing at a time. So that's what this week's bonus is, how you can take your goal. There's an example. Okay, there's an example of how to set that up. So if you go to TriRightCoaching.com/bonus, someone type that in the comments for me. Hey Pete, hey Mandy, you stink at all 3. No, you don't, Jackie. Stop that. Type that in the comments. All you have to do is go to TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. You can download your free PDF, a roadmap of how I want you to structure your goal. And I don't care what your goal is. Okay, so I gave you an example, and then I want you to use that example to kind of make a roadmap for your 2018 season and kind of what you want to achieve and how you can kind of just hone in on that and focus on that goal. Thank you, Lisa. Hey, Julie. You guys, thank you so much for hopping in. Okay. Number 2. They don't look for the easy way out. Okay. This one kind of cracks me up. And no offense to anybody if you do this. But I see so many people. Hey guys, I'm looking to do my first half Ironman. What's the easiest course you know of? Okay, first of all, that's an impossible question to answer because it all depends on your strengths and weaknesses. But why do you want to make... Does it have to be... It should be conducive to maybe your skills and strengths and weaknesses. But why does it have to be easy? First of all, I don't think an half Ironman, marathon, half marathon, I don't think any of those are easy. And I say this all the time. If you think it's easy, you probably weren't going hard enough. And I don't mean to be a jerk about it, but it's not easy. If it was easy, everybody would do it. Okay, so I don't want you guys to think about what's the easiest thing I can do. I want you to think about what's the best race that's conducive to my skills, right? That works with my strengths and weaknesses, that I could get the best result that I want, that I can have. Okay, it's not about easy, right? It's not about easy. Hey Jim, hey Cindy, welcome. Thank you so much for hopping in. Right. The other thing about the easy way out, every workout you do can't be easy. It just can't. Sometimes you're going to have to suck it up a little bit and go through it and power through, and it's not going to be easy. So I don't want you to look for any shortcuts. Just do the work. And if it takes you longer, that's okay. That's going to build your character. It's going to build your strength. It's going to build your mental toughness for the future races, events, trainings, all that stuff that you do. And I honestly believe, you guys, that a lot of these things are not just particular to athletes, but it's life in general. Life in general. So if there's a situation that you have in your career, in your family, whatever, try to apply this, right? It'll work. It'll work. Hey, Cheryl. Welcome. Welcome. So I wanted to announce last week I wasn't here because I had internet issues. It was so frustrating. And I apologize to all you guys. But so 2 weeks ago, I was raffling off this TriRight water bottle full of goodies. And so that winner was Shannon Vargas. Shannon! I will see you on Friday night. So I will bring this for you. Congratulations. Thank you so much for sharing the video. And all you have to do to enter this week's raffle is share this video. That's all you have to do. And the more times you share it, the more times you're entered in the raffle. And this week I'm giving away a pair of Yanks. Those are speed laces. Those are so that you can save time in your transitions, you triathletes. Okay, so they're my favorite speed laces. I have all the colors, but I'm going to raffle off one of these. So all you have to do is share this video and you will be entered in the raffle for next week to win the Yanks laces. All right. Okay, number 3. They don't care about what other people think of them. This is big, you guys. And we all can sit there and say, I don't care what you think. But we're emotional. We have thoughts. We have feelings. We do care. We do care. We don't want, we want people to like us. We don't want people to not like us. We want people to be supportive. We don't want them to be, putting us down. But how many of you have ever had someone tell you you can't do something? Has anybody not had that happen to them? Hey, Donna, welcome. And I will tell you, I've been, and it's not a sob story. I've been told all my life all the things I cannot do. Going way back to, I cannot make the high school swim team because I'm not good enough. There's no way I'll make it. I shouldn't even bother to try. That's what I was told. I didn't listen to that. And I wasn't saying I was elite at that time. I was just like, you don't think I can make it? You don't think I'm good enough? You don't think I can do? I'm just as good as anybody else out there. I'm going to do it. And I did it. And I ended up being pretty good at it. So, hey, Jack. Morgan been told all the things she can't do, right? And look at what she's achieved so far. Hey, Erin, welcome, right? And going back to, I was told I could never finish an Ironman because I didn't have what it took. I was told I'd never be able to qualify for the Boston Marathon because I just wasn't fast enough runner. And I won't even tell you how many times people would say, don't even think about Kona. It's just going to crush you. It's just going to hurt your feelings. You shouldn't even go there. Don't even go there. It's not, you're not even that level. And sometimes people are mean and sometimes they don't mean to be mean, but they say things. And if all I'm saying is, here's what elite athletes don't do. Don't listen to that. Listen to you. If you want it and you believe in it and you think you can do it, then you can achieve it. Okay? And Jackie, I'm glad you're on this broadcast because one of the things you and I talked about, you're like, I can't swim. I can't make it. I can't do it. I'm like, you have to change that thinking. You have to believe in yourself and believe that you can do it. And sometimes that's hard to do because there have been so many people and so many instances where things are negative upon us, and that builds and builds, and that goes into your subconscious, and a lot of times it's hard to overturn that. But I am straight up living proof that if you believe that you can do it, then you can do it. If someone had told me, a couple things, if someone had told me when I started even running, and I was terrible, that one day I would be doing Ironmans, and then one day I would be doing Boston Marathon, I'd be like, no. I didn't believe it myself, but as I started training, I was like, wait a minute. Why can't I? Why can't I? You have to want it, all right? No one can put a goal in there for you. I mean, I guess they could, but you have to believe in it. So someone could turn around, and people do this all the time. MJ, you need to come back to triathlon. You need to come back and kick butt. Like, yeah, that would be great. I'd love to do that. But you know what? My passion's not there right now. My passion is with you guys and on this business and on making other triathletes successful in their careers, their triathlon careers. That's where my passion is right now. And if you don't, you probably feel that coming right through the screen right now. But that's where my passion is, and my passion is not racing right now. I'm not saying never, because maybe I'll come back. I don't know. But no one can sit there and tell me, MJ, you need to do this. No, I have to believe it, and I have to want it. And that's what I want you to do. Don't let anybody tell you what you can or cannot do. Do what you want to do and reach for your goals. Set them high. Set them high. And then work towards them, okay? Make a plan, work towards them. Hey, Russ. You laugh as across the finish line because of people who put me down. Exactly, Alyssa. I'm telling you. You unbelievable. Hey, Jennifer. The swim is your best event now. Yes, Jackie. You're a rock star. Good night, Pete. See you Wednesday. Okay. You know what I wanted to do? I've got a couple more here to cover, but I wanted to say, okay, these are things that I think of the 5 things that elite athletes don't do. But here's what I'd like to hear from you guys. I would like you to post in the comments something that you've either overcome or something that works for you. I know what works for me to get me motivated, to get me pumped up, to get me charged up, right? But I want to know what works for you. So here's what works for elite athletes, okay? They don't do this, and maybe you don't do any of these either. But maybe you have another tip for someone else, another secret, something that works for you. Maybe writing it down, putting it on a calendar, maybe sharing it with your parents or your best friend and saying, this is what I'm going to do. I have a goal for next year. I'm not going to share with you what it is, but I have shared with a couple people what my goal is, okay? So I want to know what helps motivate you to reach your goals, kind of much like what these elite athletes don't do. What do you do? Positive Post-its on the mirror. Eileen, high five, girl. I love that. Okay, I had a story. I don't want to digress too much, but I have a story. When I was trying to qualify for the Boston Marathon, you guys, I had done, I don't know, 6 or 7 marathons, and they were all within like 5 minutes of each other. And they were nowhere near Boston qualifying. I was like, I don't get it. I'm doing something wrong because I'm not getting any faster. They're all just like the same. And I took a Post-it and I wrote what my qualifying time was. At the time it was 3:45, and I put it on my computer in my office. This is when I worked back in corporate America. And I posted on and people come by my office and they look at it and said 3:45, like, oh, is that what time you're going to go home today? Yeah, that's what time I'm going home today. Do I really need a reminder for that? Anyway, but I wanted to look at that 3:45 every day. I had it on a Post-it at work. I had it in my car. I had it on my mirror in the bathroom. And yes, okay, maybe you can call it hokey. I don't care. Doesn't matter. It worked. I'll put Post-its everywhere. If I could reach whatever goal I want just by putting Post-its up, I'm going to do that. Seems easy. Hey, Keith, welcome. Keith, where have you been, dude? I love the Post-it idea. Okay. back to, if you want to win this, the pair of Yanks, all you have to do is share this video for me. The more times you share it is the more entries you get into the raffle. And then don't forget about this week's bonus. TriRightCoaching.com/bonus is a roadmap for how you can break down your goals. Because like I said in the beginning, so many people chase too many goals at once. And what happens is you don't get excellent at any of them. You just get average at a bunch of stuff. Jack of all trades, master of none. If you really, really want to get good at something, narrow down what that focus is. And I think the example I used was that you want to do your first Olympic triathlon this year. Okay, you can use that example and then change it to match whatever goal it is that you're trying to achieve in 2018. So, okay, number 4, success does not happen overnight. We, especially at this day and age, are a society of very impatient people, myself included. Right, Jen? I have the patience of a gnat. If my phone doesn't work, the second I click on it, I'm like, what is wrong with this phone? Success doesn't happen overnight. And you may think all of a sudden someone comes out of nowhere and they're super fast and they're, hitting the podium and they're reaching all these goals. And you're like, oh my God, he or she, they're just so good. You don't know all the work they put in. And I think that's what people didn't realize back in the day when I actually, I was just average, all of a sudden, boom, my times got faster. I skyrocketed. People didn't realize how much time I was actually putting into working out and dedicating to triathlon and reading and researching and mapping it out and planning and talking with others. It might look like someone comes out of the woodwork overnight and is just really good. And there might be a few people like that, but it's few and far between. These people put in a lot of time and work, and I'm going to tell you, you need to do the same thing. It pays off. And it might take a year. It might take 2 years. It might take 5 years. Might take 5 years. But if you just keep pushing with each race, with each workout, you progress just a little bit, that's what's going to get you there. Right? And then all of a sudden you'll come out one day and people are like, oh my God, she's so good. Well, they don't know all the work that you put in before. So it doesn't happen overnight. You have to be patient. Don't give up. As long as it's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back, 2 steps forward, 1 step back. That's how it goes. And that's okay. As long as you keep on moving forward. All right. Last one is that elite athletes don't stop when things get hard. There is not a single athlete I know that hasn't had to overcome some obstacle. Now, some obstacles are going to be tougher, more trying, more difficult than others, but everybody, don't think that anybody has it easy. So many people think, oh, well, so-and-so has a flexible job and she can go and ride during the day when I can't, and has so much more time to get my workouts in, the workouts in that I can't, and they don't have kids, so it's easy for them. And guys, we all have our own obstacles. We all have them. We all have our strengths, weaknesses, and obstacles. So don't think that yours are any different than anybody else. I guess they're different, but none is more important or less important. We all have them. We all need to overcome them. Let me tell you a really quick story about a bike ride that I did when I was training for Ironman Louisville. And it was my last 100-miler before the race. And it was a new route. It was a new century ride. It was an organized century ride. And I went with my training partner and we got there and we started riding. And I think 30 miles in, first sag stop, it started to rain. And I don't mean drizzle. I mean pouring rain. Like pouring rain. Take off your sunglasses because they're just getting all beaten up with water. You can't see out of them anyway. You just take off your sunglasses at the point. And I'm like, we should just turn around and go back. And we're out 30, back 30, we'll have 60. And he said, no, we're supposed to do 100. I looked at him and I was so mad. I wanted to go home. I got on my bike and I just rode as fast as I could. And we were the very first people through the whole rest of the ride. Well, number one, because I think everybody else was smart enough to get off the bike and go back home, right? Because it was pouring rain. Again, pouring, like there were puddles in the streets and you didn't know if you were in a pothole because the water was so deep. But I was so angry. I'm like, I can't believe you're not going to let me out of this 100-mile ride. And we did it. And we did it safe. And it was a fast ride for me. And it wasn't fast because I'm good. It was fast because I was mad. Truth be told, I was mad. I just want to get it over with. I don't even want to ride with you. I'm just going to get it done because you won't let me quit. So that was awesome, by the way. I mean, it was, no, I would not go back and do that again. But we didn't quit. I mean, he's the one that made me not quit. I mean, I guess I could have turned around and said, you go ahead. I'm going to go back home. But I had an accountability partner and he's like, no, we're supposed to do 100. I'm like, okay, we'll do 100. We'll do 100. Not going to ride with you anymore. But yeah. So anyway, don't quit. It's going to be hard. You know, anytime you're going to do an endurance event, even if it's this, a sprint triathlon is considered an endurance event. 5K, 10K, sprint, triathlon, half marathon, marathon, Ironman, half Ironman, all of those things, you guys, they're all considered endurance events and they're not easy. And the longer the race goes, the more things that can go wrong, right? The longer your training is, the more things that could go wrong, the more obstacles that you have, the more shuffling you need to do with your family life in order to fit in your training. Okay? So when it gets tough, and it will get tough, don't quit. Just keep moving forward. That's what you have to do. Accountability. I write, Jason? Hey, Jason, thanks for hopping in. Okay, guys. Any questions? I'm sorry I missed some of your comments because I got on a roll and I was talking, but I want to know, again, I want to know what helps you be successful in whatever you're doing. Again, it doesn't even have to be regarding triathlon because I think all of these things apply in life in general. I just do. In the business world, in your personal life, in your athletic life, all of these things. I mean, I think these are all important and they cover all aspects of life. I'd like to know what helps you be successful, right? What is it that keeps you on track and makes you one step better, right? All right. Last time, if you want to win a pair of Yanks, all you have to do is share this video. The more times you share, you get entered one raffle entry per share. Okay. So next week's topic, and I know you're all excited about it. Next week's topic is a little different. 4 healthy holiday recipes. Okay. And here's why I wanted to do this one. Because it's holiday season. We all tend to gain weight a little bit this time of year. But more importantly, I always am asked to cook, to bring something to all these like gatherings and events. I don't know what to make. I'm not even a cook. Okay? I don't know. And if I'm going to make something, I want to make something that's healthy and good so that I have something to eat that I'm not going to have to feel guilty about. Okay? Because I have lots to feel guilty about. But I thought if I could come up with some recipes for you guys that you can maybe share and try out this holiday season, it would be helpful for you. So you don't have to go through the struggle that I do, looking up stuff online to find, what could I make? Okay, so they're going to be easy, they're going to be healthy, and there'll be things that you can take to any holiday party that you have this season. All right. Hey, Chris, welcome. All right, guys, thank you so much for hopping in. I appreciate you spending a little bit of your Sunday night with me. Remember, next Sunday night, 7 p.m. Central Time, I'll be back here. We're going to talk about 4 healthy holiday recipes for you to try out. In the meantime, grab the bonus, TriRightCoaching.com/bonus. If you want a roadmap on how you can try and set your goals for 2018 so you don't fall trapped to, number 1, trying to chase too many goals at once. Because a lot of us do it. I catch myself doing it too. But when I really sit down and try to map things out, that's when I can get it done. So thank you guys again for hopping in. Hope to see you here live next Sunday. Share the video, enter the raffle for a pair of Yanks, and have a great week. See y'all here back next Sunday night. Bye-bye.